Welcome to the Simply Mindful Wellness Podcast. Join your host, Tracy, the Mindful Wellness Coach, as she takes a deeper look into nourishing your body, mind, and soul. Because being well creates the freedom to live life the way you want.
Welcome to another episode of the Simply Mindful Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Richardson, the Mindful Wellness Coach and Holistic Health Practitioner and owner of Hybrid Therapy. So welcome to the listeners. And today I'm joined by Jo Soley from Physiology. And we'll be talking about numerology and its relationship with business, hopefully a little bit of wellness in there as well. So welcome, Jo. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Thanks for inviting me on.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming. And would you just like to share with the listeners a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you do it?
So my name's Jo Soley. I'm a business numerologist. I help you elevate your business success using the power of numerology. But it's not just business, it's life as well, because we can't have one without the other.
Oh, so true. So I heard a great quote from Gary Vee the other day, and he said, I think it was something along the lines of, without you, there is no business. So that really resonates with what you've just said. And it's obviously really important. So what is Physiology?
So Physiology is half business and half numerology. And numerology is an ancient esoteric science that is all about numbers. So astrology looks to stars, numerology looks to numbers. And numbers are magic, they're energy, they're cosmic, they're deep, they're fundamental of form. Nothing in our lives happens without numbers. So we have numbers are kind of, you imagine like that number confetti, it's just falling around us all the time. Everything is made up of numbers. And we are made up of numbers. And numerology is based on the concept of uniqueness, right? So everyone's unique. So you're here to do a job I can't do. I'm here to do a job you can't do. If it doesn't get done, it doesn't go to the next person. It's just that's your job, aka your purpose. So in your life and business, you're here to work with your numbers. So life is never going to be easy because we're here to learn, right? But it doesn't need to be as hard as we make it. We make life more difficult. So when we understand our numeric energy, when we understand that we're made up of numbers and that these numbers have a purpose, an energy and a job, then we can really understand ourselves a little bit different because we're all different. So I often say, you know, people do business with you if they like you, know you and trust you, but Physiology helps you like, know and trust yourself, because most people don't know who they are. They, you know, what they say, what they think, what they do is three completely different things. So Physiology, numerology really helps you align to why you're here. It helps you in your life. It helps you in your business. It will help you with things like self-care. It will help you with the food you're meant to be eating. It will be helping you with the exercise you're meant to be doing based on your numbers. So it's an ancient esoteric science which was used by the Egyptians, it was used by the Greeks. Pythagoras is the godfather of numerology. Plato, Nero, it's in the Bible, it's in the Kabbalah. It's ancient esoteric energy, but it's as new as the next decision that you're going to make.
Awesome. So this is way more spiritual than I anticipated this was going to be. And I love the fact that it's to do with magic and energy. And I deal with energy with people. So, this is awesome. Okay, so can you use numbers then to create like an inner kind of harmony for yourself, I guess, like a flow?
Yeah, definitely. So I think we've got one job, and that one job is to understand self, right? Because then when we can understand ourselves and get out of the mind, get out of the monkey mind, stop just running from the feelings and emotion piece and really connect to your soul, which is your numeric energies. There's lots going on in your chart, but it really helps you understand who you are, then from that place you can feel centered. Like I said, it's not going to be, life isn't going to be a bed of roses. It's not meant to be, but you can stop pushing a cart up a hill. You can align to what you're here to do. So for example, before I really understood myself through the lens of numerology, I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to be involved in family and groups. And that is very 6 in energy. And I don't have any 6 in my chart, right? So I'm working with the number 1, which I explain a little bit more about the numbers in a minute. But my life path number is 1. I am here to be the leader. I am here to lead, not need. So I can have a loving relationship, but I don't need one. 6 energy isn't in my chart, right? So if you've got a number, you've got it for a reason. If you haven't got a number, you haven't got it for a reason. Okay, so I was trying to get married. Well, not get married, that sounds a bit desperate, but I was trying to have a relationship. I was trying to, maybe have kids. I was trying to be involved in all these family things. And that doesn't really work for me. So it doesn't mean I can't be involved in family. It means I'm better on my own. So I put my head down. I'm not really part of any big group. I run my own groups. I lead groups, which is 1 energy, innovation, entrepreneurial, bringing something crazy into business that's never been done before, like numerology. And then from that place, I move forward. So we're made up of lots of different numbers, but 75% of what's going on in business is your life path number. For me, it's a 1. So then I go, right, I'm not going to worry about the numbers I haven't got. I'm going to concentrate on the numbers that I am working with. So you and I are both born very gorgeously on the 4th of the 4th. And 4 is about structure, control, routine, and system. And in life, life gives us 4 to keep organised. 4 fingers, 4 seasons, 4 directions, 4 elements. Okay, 4 is all about structure, control, routine, system. And we've got 4 wheels on this chair, 4 walls to this house, 4 major archangels, 4 suits in tarot, 4 parts of your DNA, 4 chambers to your heart, 4 pairs, 4 parts of your brain, right? So 4, life gives us 4 to keep all ordered. 4 is more, it's called the builder. It's very organized, and it's all about lists and structure and control and systems. So you and I are quite 4 because we're born on the 4th of the 4th. Yeah. Even though your life path is 8, the CEO, which is all about strength and success and high standards and quality and resilience and loyalty and being professional. You'll nail it in business. You'll see what to do. Okay. Your approach is 4. So it's easier for you to hang out in 4, writing lists, working hard, making structures, making systems, being organized, but that's not going to get you the magic because that's your comfort zone. It's good and you want to use it, but you don't want to stay there. So you don't want to be 4, the builder who is the CEO. You want to be the CEO who's the builder. You're born on the 4th. It's easy for you to be 4, but your life path, which is 75% of what's going on, you can't change your date of birth, is 8. So when we add 4 plus 4 plus the date you're born on, we get to an 8 energy. So you're here to be more corporate, actually, more executive, more high-end, more quality, whereas I've got that 1 energy, which is innovation, uniqueness, original, dynamic, can't really see vision. That's a different number. So is this starting to make sense a little bit?
You've just nailed me. in a nutshell, that's me. So it helps us then, numerology, to identify strengths and qualities that potentially that we could work on, or is it just a case of that we identify the ones that we need to use?
So we are the negative of our numbers, and everything else is just guidance. So we work out our numbers because there's your life path number, but there's about 5 other key numbers. Then you've got personal years. We work in 9-year cycles. There's better years and easy years to do things. Then we've got names, because your name isn't who you are, it's who you look like you are. People treat you like that, and then you behave like it. Yeah. So let's take your T for Tracy. It's the 20th letter in the alphabet, which is a 2 energy. So people see you, they will come to you because they feel that you are able to help them create balance in their life. Because T is 2, and 2 is about balance, partnership, togetherness, and intuition. So you're not a 2, you're an 8. But people see you from the letter of your name, they see you with this T energy. J, look at me, but look at the T. It can be a little bit of a martyr because it can be a bit of a cross. So make sure you don't give. Put the boundaries in. And look at the J, straight down the line, but the bottom of the J can rock a bit from side to side, so it needs support. And I know I need VAs. I know I need a team behind me. So in terms of the personal years that I've touched on, and this sounds a lot, but it's all broken down into pieces. Tracy and I have both been in a 4-year, which is about structure, control, routine, and system. And nothing happened quickly, and the universe shined a light on anything weak in structure, and we had to write a list and work through it. And every day felt like Mercury retrograde, and it was technical, right? Now we are in a 5-year. We're a week and 1 day into it. It takes about a month to kick in, but we're in a year for change, because 5 is called the adventurer, and 5 is about freedom and expansion and movement. And every year you get the chance to feel what it is like to be that number. So 5 is about change, movement, expansion, adventure, growth. Okay, so not only are we in this, not only have we been in this 4-year, which is a bit slow, then we've got to quickly make sure we finish, that we've done all the 4 things that we had to do. And now we're in this 5-year, and 5s are popular, and 5s have opportunities, and 5s love to travel, and 5s grow, and 5s do things a little bit differently. Okay, so because we know that we're in a 5-year, and it goes deeper. There's personal months, days of the week, because we know we're in this 5-year, we can move forward from that place.
This is just, this is amazing stuff. So there's obviously then better times to do things, or easier times to do things. And is this then, so obviously it's quite spiritual and it's esoteric in nature, as you've said. So does this communicate things to us that we should be listening to, or is it a case of that it just happens?
So it's all happening anyway under the level of consciousness. We're just shining a light on it. So it's happening, and it's there for us. But then when we're aware, we can work with the energy instead of against it. Sometimes the tide is in, sometimes the tide is out. Nature works in cycles. Why can't we too, right? We need to. You can't grow all the time. You can't bat 100 all the time. It's not possible. We're in spring at the moment. We've been in winter, so hibernation, then we start to shoot our little heads up, then we bloom, then we release everything, then we hibernate. We can work like that too, okay? So in like a 1 year, a 3 year, a 5 year, an 8 year, 22 year, it's a go year for growth. But then in an 11 year, in a 4-year, in a 6 year, 7 year, 9 year. It's more of like the tide is out. It's a slower year. So you have to work on certain things in your life that need attention. So the more structure we could put in our life last year, the higher we can fly this year. And like, think of a wheel of life, and it's got the spokes and the prongs and the segments of cheeses and certain elements and certain areas of our life we can work on. We've got a cheese and a spokes for relationships, cheese and spokes for wealth, cheese and spokes for money, cheese and spokes for, oh, that's wealth, but social endeavours, cheese and spokes for charity. So then these years, like 1 year's for new beginnings, 11 years for spirit, 3 years to have a good time, 4 years to get your ducks in a row, 5 years for growth and change, etc., depending on what year you're in. I've got a free app as well on my website. You can check out what year you're in, and then you'll get an email from me.
Oh, wow. So we'll put that in the show notes for sure. So basically, it's communicating to us all the time. There's easier times to do things, and we've got to try and work with it rather than against it. And I'm sure you notice the things when you're trying to go against the tide, that everything, it's like you're walking through treacle, or you're not in flow. Everything just seems that little bit harder. And on the days where everything is in flow, everything's easy breezy. So if we look at the numerology, can we use this to support our health and our wellness, for instance? Are there better times that we could exercise, or better times of day to eat, or things like that?
So the days of the week have an energy, because each day is ruled by a different planet. So Tuesday is Mardi in French. It's ruled by Mars. So if you tune in to the subtle energy of what's going on around you, you can feel that kind of go, 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 go energy. Whereas yesterday is Lundi, which is lunar, which is moon day, and it is more emotional. So you've got to check yourself before you wreck yourself on a Monday. You can't push it. You can push it more on a Tuesday. It's more of a masculine energy, because the planet that rules Tuesday is masculine. So on a Tuesday, like you could run faster, you could run further. And Friday's a good self-care day. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. He's our friend. He helps us do hard things. So you can use the days of the week, which is a piece of work I do, a one-to-one with my clients. But also you can look at your energy. So I've got a lot of 1 in my chart. I've got to be careful not to burn out. I've got to be careful to look after my energy. This 4-4 likes to work hard. It likes to, self-flagellate a bit. It likes to push when you shouldn't maybe push, because you should stop because it's nearly 7:30 and you need to eat. It's that kind of thing. So when like the subtle energies underneath the numbers, so it's half logic, half intuition, and then you can kind of feel your way out from there.
I love the fact that it's all about energies, and it's that intuitive side of things as well. So,
and then in certain years, in a 1 year, you're really busy, so you've got to look after yourself. In an 11 year, it's a great year for spirit, but 11's intense. So you've got to, like I said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. 3 year, well, you can drink too much and enjoy yourself because it's a social year, so watch your money. 4 year, like I was in hospital in a 4 year, because it's the year for health. So you've got to look after your health.
This just makes so much sense.
Etc. It depends on your energies as well. So one life path, we're not very good with spices because we've got a lot of fire in our chart. And if you've got too much fire, you can burn out. So I try and avoid too much spice. I've never really liked curry. I lived overseas in Oman, and we had curry for breakfast, lunch and dinner with no knife and fork, and I was just eating curry and chapati, and I've kind of gone off curry anyway. But spice isn't good for my energies. Like a little bit is all right, but yeah, and I know that I don't really need spice because I've got a lot of one energy in my chart, and it's fire. If it was an element, it would be fire. So it's fiery enough. If 2 was an element, it would be water. It's emotional. If 3 was an element, it would be air. It's all over the show. It can be scattered. If 4 was an element, it would be earth. So you and me, if we've worked really hard at our desk all day, the best thing we can do is go and wash up or do something practical, because using our hands helps ground us.
Oh gosh, this is amazing. So I'm a real huge advocate of grounding, and now I know why, when I've been at the desk all day, that I need to go off and do it. It just makes so much sense.
Yeah, because you need to get back into your body, which is 4. We have master numbers 11, 22, sometimes 33. They've got 5,000 volts running through them. So they need to really manage their energy. So if you're a life path 11 or 22, you'll feel that and find you need to exercise, because this master energy needs to go somewhere. It's like you're plugged into the cosmos, this energy needs to go somewhere. So if I'm talking to somebody with a lot of master number energy, they will already have a good exercise routine. They already know that they won't feel themselves unless they run, yoga, walk, HIIT class, whatever it is. And they need, like 11s, have to avoid alcohol altogether practically. And I don't really drink anymore because I've got a lot of 1 energy, and like 1 and 1 is 11, so I can have a lot of energy as well.
Oh, it just makes so much sense. So it's not just about numbers, it's actually really, really deep on like such a deep level that it influences. Yeah. So there's better ways of doing things, there's better times to do things. Is there, like you were saying, there's years for change, there's years for growth, etc. Is this something that people can come to you and you can help them with?
So I show people their life path number, their 4 roads, because that's another 4 numbers, their name, because like I said with you, like the initial of your first name, and your whole name. You have a soul urge, you have a balance number, and then you've got your personal years. So yeah, you can have a one-off session, or I do a package of 5 sessions, because the most important thing, well, not one of the big things I work with is your business name, because your business is alive. It's got its own Akashic records. It attracts and it repels, like you and I attract and repel. Wow. It has its own colour. It has its own flavour. It has its own style. So as a solopreneur, your numbers are running the show, but as your business gets maybe more clients, websites, social presence, it then gains hold. So Physiology is a 4, which is, it works hard, but it's a value to people. But then it's Physiology as a word is a 3. Joanna Elizabeth Soley as a word is a 3. And before we jumped on, you said, oh, you love wearing leopard print. And that's because I'm seen as a 3. So it'd be interesting to look at your full name, because you love leopard print. If you're seen as a 3, it's that flamboyant energy. So people think I'm good on a podcast. People think I'm quite social. Oh, good old Jo. I'm probably not like that. But in like words of spells, that's why we call it spelling. When we see, when you see me, you think 3 energy. And if you look at my website, it's covered in leopard print and colour, and yeah, it's vibrant, which is that 3 energy. It's expressive, it's creative, it's communicative. But I'm not a 3, but you see me as being 3 energy, so then you treat me like that. And then to some extent and purposes, I behave like that. But if I'm aware of that, I can use that in my brand.
Oh, this makes so much sense. It's all about using it to your advantage then, really, in whether that's business, in life, in health, oh, wow. So how then would this work then, like compatibility wise? So just talking about maybe relationships and things like that. Because obviously that relates to our wellness. It can relate to your business relationships as well as personal ones. Do numbers influence that?
Yeah, definitely. So birds of a feather flock together. You and I will meet each other. We'll feel each other on this 4-4, right? Because that's what we've got in common. So if we were to go, I don't know, if we were to clear up after a party, right? Not that I've been to a party for years, good. But if it was a big party and there was a load of mess and there's loads of people there, we would get it nailed and cleaned up really quickly because we would like to have a structure and order and system around that. So, so that's where we see each other. Now, we're also in the same personal year, so we're vibing there. But I also would say odds get on with odds and evens get on with evens. It goes deeper how a 3 gets on with a 7 and how a 9 gets on with a 6. But it does go deeper. So odd numbers tend to be of the mind and even numbers tend to be emotional.
There's so much more involved in this than I thought this conversation was going to be. It's just about like, oh wow, this is amazing. So you've got your personal year, you've got your name, you've got different days that you can do stuff. So with regards to kind of, you were saying about like better days that you can exercise or things like that, what would be the best time to meditate or the best day to meditate, would you say?
So Monday's a good day because it's ruled by the moon, and it's good for meditation, it's good for intuition, it's good for feminine activities, it's good for a short trip, it's good for housework. You don't want to go, everyone goes crazy on a Monday, there's more car crashes on a Monday. You want to calm down on a Monday, really. I start later, I don't see any clients, I do my marketing for the week, right? Just get through the day. I'm not that good on a Monday, never have been. I like a Tuesday because it's the fire and I'm Aries, you're Aries, yeah. And it's the ruling planet. Mars is Aries' ruling planet. So Monday is quite a good day for meditation and for slower, like calmer things. Friday is the love day because it's Vendredi, which is Venus, which is love. So Mondays and Fridays, you can't push it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can use that masculine energy more, but Monday and Friday is a softer energy.
That's awesome to know that. So I always ask my guests one final question, and I'd like to know, what does the phrase mindful wellness mean to you?
Mindful wellness. So that's quite interesting. So as a one life path, I'd be like, oh, I haven't got time. I'm too busy. I haven't got time for wellness. You know, I've got this to do, I've got this to do, I've got this to do, which also quite 4. Okay. But recently in my 4 year, I've been through the menopause. I'm now on HRT. So I am looking after myself more. So I think, yeah, it's interesting how my numbers play out a bit there. Mindful wellness to me, sorry, this is a long answer to one question. Mindful wellness would be, being a bit more conscious of your health. Self-care isn't just like chocolate and baths, is it? It's looking after yourself for the long term, like the Gary V quote you said at the beginning. So to me, wellness is also about my savings account. Wellness is also about making sure I've got more holiday in the year than just before Christmas and New Year. You know, it's not, it's boundaries. If somebody messages me at 9 o'clock at night, I'll get back to them in the morning. It's for me, it's that as well.
Awesome answer. Okay, so thanks you so much for your time today, Jo. If people wanted to get in touch with you after the show or find you online, how can they do that?
So my website's josoley.com. I've got a free guide which I can send you the link. So we have that. And then also, I've got a free group, Your Brilliance in Numbers, which you might like to join. There's 1,100 people there. So, and I can give you all these links as well.
Fantastic. So thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Simply Mindful Wellness podcast. Join us next time for a new episode.